Hello, I'm Marina, that one girl that likes to talk a lot about houseplants, and welcome to Millennial Planter. Today, as I'm filming this, it is August 31st. When you're seeing this, it's going to be, I don't know, sometime in September, which just means it is time to do another roundup of my favorites, my top 7 favorite plants. I started this series last month and I think I did 7. I don't know, 7 just sounds like a good number, so we're gonna stick with it. And it's just me sharing plants that I have been really digging this past month, plants that have brought me an immense amount of joy, that are growing really well for me. Just some plants that I have been really into. No offense to my other ones that don't get chosen. They're all really amazing. Trust me, this is a really hard video. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. The more thumbs up this video gets, the more plants I'm able to get and the more content I'm able to provide for you. Let's just go ahead and get into the video. So in these videos, I like to do probably like my least favorite to my top favorite, not saying that these are all not my favorite. Obviously, it's all 7 of my top favorite, but like number 1 is like, bam, the top, you know what I'm saying? Okay. So I guess plant number 7 is this adorable CISSUS DISCOLOR. I know it doesn't look like your regular CISSUS DISCOLOR, and I didn't think it was either because I had a lot of these just plain green leaves. So when my friend sent it to me, I thought maybe it was a different type of CISSUS, but as you can see at the top, these leaves are starting to get that trademark DISCOLOR markings. That's just really interesting to see. Whenever I see a CISSUS, I always see them with like these long purple gray coloration and markings to them, and they're really beautiful. I've never, I guess, seen them in a juvenile state, so it's been really fun to grow this plant. I killed my old CISSUS when I went away, and so this one, as you can see, is just living its best life, growing so well. Look at all of those roots. It is completely fully rooted. I don't know how I'm going to repot this thing, to be honest. It's in a glass yogurt jar with no drainage. I know it's a bit controversial. A lot of people get really mad when you say you plant things with no drainage, but I do it all the time, and it is a bit of a pain in the ass, I'm not gonna lie, but it's possible. And as you can see, my CISSUS is in here with no drainage in a glass jar, just so happy. She couldn't be happier, and I couldn't be happier with her. I want to have it vining along my rack, my grow rack behind me, if I can do that. Plant 7 is my CISSUS DISCOLOR. Plant number 7 is none other than the beautiful Monstera Adansonii wide form. So just a quick rundown. As you can see, this leaf here, or these leaves, are pretty wide, pretty more rounded, and their leaves do get almost like an oval shape to them, versus another Adansonii, another common Adansonii that's called a narrow form, and the form is actually really narrow to the leaves. So you can definitely see a difference in the leaves. One is not more uncommon or more rare than the other. I both have seen them pretty readily available. My mom has a narrow form. I used to have some cuttings of hers, and honestly, I found the narrow form to be very finicky and kind of a diva. And don't get me wrong, this one's kind of a diva too, but she's more tolerable than her sister, her cousin. And I've had this plant for a little while now, and it hasn't grown much. There's that. But I still really truly love her. I love the holes in this plant. I feel like liking fenestrations like this sort of leaf pattern is one that you need to be acquired to kind of get used to. These plants honestly used to freak me out. I do have a slight form of, what's it called? Trypophobia, I think. I didn't really like this plant for a while, and I got this wide form, and I instantly fell in love. I just love the way that the leaves look. They're so almost ripply, and they're truly beautiful. Truly get those jungly feels from them. Look at that plant there. It is just It is shredded. Oh, it is so cool looking. Yeah, such a beautiful plant. Really easygoing. It doesn't really like to be moved around a lot, so I try to keep it in the same area because then I will get a couple of yellowing leaves. And it definitely needs to be repotted because I feel like I'm watering it all the time, and I think, oh yeah, there's about to be some roots coming out of the drainage holes, so I'm going to have to repot her soon, and I'm kind of nervous because she might throw a fit. But yeah, there we go. Plant number 6, Monstera adansonii. Plant number 5, I can't really say the full name. I really don't remember the full name, but it is none other than an old man cactus. Look at how cute and fuzzy this thing is. Oh, I love this. I just recently got this probably about a month ago at my local grocery store, Kroger. It was $7, and I love it so much. His name is EUSTACE, if you didn't know, and it is a type of cactus, which is really cool because, as you can see, it doesn't have prickles. I guess it does. But they're soft and it is furry. It feels like cotton. It's the most bizarre thing really if you think about it, because this isn't how a usual cactus looks. This isn't how a majority of cactus looks. Everything about this plant is amazing and I love touching it. I love showing it to my friends. I love having them pet it, because if you don't really know much about plants, you would never think that this is a cactus, you know? So it is just, it's so cool. I'm really happy to have this guy in my collection. So plant number 5, Mr. EUSTACE, my old man cactus. So now we're getting into top 4 category, which is crazy. This video is going by really fast. If you know me at all, if you're not new to this channel, you would know I have a slight obsession with HOYA. So it would be no surprise that HOYA would make it into my top 4, and it is none other than the beautiful HOYA australis Lisa. So if we look closer, you can see her leaves look almost painted. The color and the pattern on this plant is just really like no other plants I have, or really any other plants that are around on the market or plants that I have seen. And it has new growth coming in right here, and it is really pink, really red. It is pretty sun stressed. I have just been absolutely in love with this plant. I love staring at her. She's growing really well for me. I recently propagated her, which is why she is shorter, and also why she shot out that new growth, because like vining plants, Hoyas typically do shoot out new growth when you cut them. And this is actually the other piece that I propagated. So that's doing really well, equally as beautiful. I might plant these together. I'm not sure yet. I'm kind of digging the jack-o'-lantern planter in this one. Super cute. I feel like these Hoyas were really popular last year, and then they kind of slowly died out, and I'm not sure why. So lately I've been kind of feeling like these were underrated, because how can you just not stop staring at that? Oh, they're so pretty, and they're so easygoing, so easy to grow, which makes it even better. Like, you're a beautiful plant and you grow fast. What more could you want in life, really? So there you have it, plant number 4, HOYA australis Lisa. Plant number 3 is the beautiful lemon lime philodendron, lemon lime HEDERACEUM, philodendron HEDERACEUM. This plant has many names, and wow. Okay, when it comes to vining plants, basic vining plants, I will take a heartleaf philodendron over a pothos any day. I love the texture of these heartleaf philodendrons. I have like 5 of them. I love the, would you call this a chartreuse? Is this chartreuse? Because I remember there was like a controversy with what color chartreuse actually was. Either way, I love the color of this lime. It's a real pop. I can't do it. It's a real pop of color amongst the sea of green in usual typical foliage in your household, in my household at least. I kind of have this in a darker corner, so it really brightens that corner up, and it brightens up my day every time I see it. It's just a color that you look at and you get happy because it gives you all the happy vibes. You know what I'm saying? Is that weird to say? I don't know, but does this plant make you happy? Like, does this color make you happy? And this will probably just be a forever classic in my heart, and definitely something I feel every collector should have, a staple, if you will, in houseplant collectors' collection. So there we have it, plant number 3, lemon lime philodendron. I hope this was plant number 3. Now I'm going to share my top 2 favorite plants, and it was very hard to choose between who was second and who was first. So I would say they're both equally tied because they're both equally as beautiful and just make me equally as happy. At number 2 would be this adorable Anthurium clarinervium. Look at the newest adorable list leaf there, and yeah, Anthurium clarinervium is probably one of the first Anthurium I had on my wish list, and it was actually one of the last Anthurium I've had. I had a few Anthurium before I got this one, which is weird because I feel like this is one of the most available Anthurium. But either way, one of the easiest Anthurium out there. If you're looking to get into them, I highly recommend the clarinervium. I will occasionally let this guy dry out a little bit too much, and he is just so forgiving. He's already pushing out a new leaf, even though this leaf just hardened off. I love a velvety heart-shaped leaf. It has the veins, it has some sparkles and some glistening to it. It is just a really beautiful and cool plant. And honestly, I just think Anthurium are just little gifts that the universe has given us, because I think they are just one of the most beautiful genuses out there, to be honest. Plant number 2, Anthurium clarinervium. Last but not least on this list is plant number 1, and I would say that this plant probably is my favorite because it's one of my newer ones, and I'm just so excited to see it grow, and I cannot wait till I get a new leaf on this plant. It is the beautiful, slightly creepy Philodendron SQUAMIFERUM. So if we do a quick head test, you can see that this guy is big. And I say slightly creepy if you don't know SQUAMIFERUM, and if you haven't seen any of my last videos. Let's just take a gander. Look at that. How is this even on a plant? It is hairier than my legs in the thick of winter. You know what I mean. But wow. And these hairs, they're soft, they're not prickly, they're not as soft as my old man cactus, but they're not hard. And I just think it's so bizarre that a plant would produce this on their petioles, on their stems, because you really don't see many plants like this. The ADANSONS has this on some level, and I'm sure there's other plants out there that have similar features. I don't know about them, but I just am absolutely obsessed with this plant. And I actually asked my subscribers for a good name, and somebody came up with the name Harry, and I thought Harry was best. Was quite fitting for the Philodendron SQUAMIFERUM, and I have just been absolutely obsessed with this plant the past month. It does have some new growth there that will be coming in soon. I don't know how it's gonna look. I kind of knocked it around a little bit when I was transporting this from my plant dealer, but we'll see. I'll keep y'all updated, but I just can't wait to see a new leaf on this thing, and I want to see how big it's gonna get. I don't know if it's gonna be quite as big, and then I want to see that stem get those hairs on it. I love this plant so much, and it is another underrated philodendron, at least in my opinion. I myself used to be creeped out by this plant and thought it was really ugly, but it's not. It's really cool. It's really beautiful, and it is another plant that maybe you should look into. Here we have my number 1 top favorite plant of August, and it is Philodendron SQUAMIFERUM. And it does have a little bit of burning there, but he's fine, he's healthy, he's hairy, the SQUAMIFERUM. I want to shout out my new shirt. So you all know I do, or maybe you don't know, I love getting plant shirts. I buy plant shirts as often as I can, maybe a little bit too much. And I just recently purchased this shirt. I like big leafy bitches. Sorry. If that offended you, but it's really funny and it's so cute. Look at how beautiful that leaf is. And this is actually from an account called Wallflower District, and this is not like a sponsor or anything. This is just another product, if you will, that I have been really loving. I just got it today and immediately put it on because I just love it so much. It's the right color, it's the right style. She doesn't have many left, so you can DM her on Instagram if you're interested in buying this shirt. Maybe she has one in your size available. So that wraps it up for this video, my top 7 favorite houseplants of August, and I would absolutely love to hear from you in the comments. Let me know your top 7 favorite, or just one top favorite plant that you have been really digging in the past month of August, which has gone by really slow but really fast at the same time. And I think I might also start incorporating a product or a shirt that I've been digging or recently purchased. I don't really buy too many houseplant purchases, too many houseplant products, but it's always nice to shine some light on a small business like Wallflower District. Whenever possible, I really do like to shop small whenever I can. And if you haven't already, I would love for you to subscribe, join the Planty community. I talk a lot about houseplants, and I put out videos every Tuesday and Friday. With all that being said, I hope you all are staying safe, staying happy and healthy. I hope you all are having a wonderful week, and I will see you all in my next video.